Most people are living life like they're stuck in a trance. Same routine, same thoughts, same limitations playing on repeat. They wake up, go through the motions, and call it a day. But let's get real. Are you really alive, or are you just existing? Because there's a massive difference. Existing is passive. It's waking up tired, dragging yourself through the day, and settling for whatever life throws at you. But truly living? That's about grabbing life with both hands and deciding, right now, that you're done being a spectator. There is no perfect time to change. No magic moment when everything aligns and suddenly success becomes easy. That's a fantasy. The truth is, waiting is the killer of dreams. You wait for the right opportunity, the right economy, the right support, and before you know it, 5, 10, 20 years have passed, and nothing has changed. You're standing in the same spot, wondering why life feels stagnant. But let me tell you something. The people who win in life are the ones who act before they feel ready. They don't wait for clarity. They don't wait for permission, they move. You want a different life? Make different choices. The results you have today are nothing more than the sum of your past decisions. Your finances, your body, your relationships. Everything is a reflection of the choices you've been making every single day. And if you don't like what you see, it's not the world's fault. It's not the government. It's not the economy. It's you. But here's the good news. If you created this reality, you can create a new one. The moment you take responsibility is the moment you take back control. People say, I want more success, more energy, more passion, but wanting isn't enough. Everyone wants. Few decide, and even fewer commit. The difference between the people who thrive and the people who struggle isn't intelligence or luck. It's decision. A decision to rise, to push, to demand more from themselves when no one else is watching. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself you'd start tomorrow? That you'd finally get in shape? Finally launch that business? Finally take your life seriously? And how many times have you broken that promise? Not because you didn't want it, but because you never made a real commitment. A true commitment means no more negotiating with yourself. It means the old excuses don't work anymore. It means you stop waiting for inspiration and start creating momentum. Every great achiever started at the same place you are right now. Broke, lost, overwhelmed, unsure. The difference? They refuse to accept that as their future. Look at someone like Oprah Winfrey, born into poverty, told she'd never make it, faced rejection after rejection, but she decided she was more than her circumstances. Or Elon Musk told his ideas were crazy, nearly bankrupt multiple times, but he kept pushing forward. These people aren't lucky. They're relentless. They made a choice to keep going when everything was telling them to quit. And if they can do it, so can you. But it starts with waking up. Because nothing changes until you get brutally honest with yourself. Where are you holding back? Where are you playing small? Where are you making excuses? Maybe it's in your health. Maybe it's in your business. Maybe it's in your business. Maybe it's in your relationship. Whatever it is, it's time to stop pretending you don't know the answer. You know what needs to change. The question is, will you do something about it? Because the truth is, life doesn't reward the person who waits. It rewards the person who steps up. The person who says, enough is enough. The person who draws a line in the sand and decides that from this moment forward, they're done tolerating mediocrity. You want more energy? Move your body. Feed it better fuel. You want more confidence? Start following through on your commitments. You want financial freedom? Develop the skills, take the risks, outwork the competition. Success isn't some mystery, it's a pattern. And once you see the pattern, you can duplicate it. But it won't happen by accident. It won't happen by hoping. It happens when you commit. This moment right now is a crossroad. You can keep doing what you've always done, get the same results, and wonder why nothing changes. Or you can decide right now that you're done waiting, that you're done being a passive character in your own life, that today is the day you break the cycle. No more talking about what you're going to do. No more waiting for the perfect time. No more excuses. Because if not now, then when? If not you, then who? It's time to wake up. It's time to move. It's time to take your life back. Now go. You've been lied to. Not by the world, not by society, by yourself. Every excuse you've ever made, every reason you've ever given for why you're not where you want to be, is a lie designed to keep you comfortable. I don't have time. Lie. You make time for what matters. I don't have the resources. Lie. The real resource is resourcefulness. I wasn't born into success. Lie. The most powerful, successful, fulfilled people in history started with nothing. No money, no connections, no roadmap, just a decision. A decision to stop blaming, stop waiting, stop hesitating, and start taking control. Well, the truth, if you want it bad enough, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. So what are you choosing? Because every time you justify an action, you're choosing to stay exactly where you are. And let's get one thing straight. Staying still isn't neutral. It's moving backward. Life doesn't wait. It doesn't pause while you figure things out. You're either stepping up or falling behind. And the only thing standing between you and the life you want, the story you keep telling yourself about why you can't have it. Think about that. What's the story you've been living by? The one that says you don't have enough. You're not ready, you're not capable. That story is poison. It's keeping you small. It's keeping you stuck. And the worst part, you believe it. You've repeated it so many times, it feels like truth, but it's not truth, it's conditioning. And conditioning can be broken, but only if you have the courage to confront it. Look at the most successful people on this planet. Did they have excuses? Absolutely. Did they have reasons to quit? More than you can imagine. But they made a different choice. They chose to find a way. Oprah Winfrey didn't wait for permission. She was told she wasn't fit for television. She was fired. She had every excuse to walk away, but she didn't. She created her own path. Elon Musk was ridiculed, told his ideas were impossible. He had every reason to back down, but he didn't. He found solutions. He made it happen. These people aren't special. They just refuse to let their excuses be stronger than their purpose. So what's stopping you? Really? Not the surface level excuses, but the real reason. Fear? Doubt? The need for approval? Because that's what it comes down to. People don't take action because they're afraid. Afraid to fail. Afraid of judgment. Afraid of stepping into the unknown. But listen, fear isn't the enemy. Fear is the compass. If it scares you, it means it matters. It means it's worth doing. The only way to grow is to lean into the fear, not away from it. Because if you let fear dictate your choices, you'll live a life of regret. So what are you waiting for? The perfect moment? It doesn't exist. The right circumstances? They're never coming. The secret formula. Here it is. Get up and do the work. Take the risk. Start before you feel ready. Because you'll never feel ready. The mind will always look for reasons to hesitate. But champions move anyway. They take the first step, then the next, and momentum takes care of the rest. There's a quote that says, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And it's true. Because your beliefs shape your reality. If you believe you're stuck, you will be. If you believe you're capable, you'll find a way. The world will reflect back to you whatever story you insist on telling yourself. So if your current story is keeping you small, change it, rewrite it. Decide that from this moment forward, your past no longer dictates your future. Stop arguing for your limitations. Stop defending your excuses. Start acting like the person you want to become. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now, right now, make a decision that you will no longer tolerate mediocrity. Mediocrity. That you will no longer let fear hold you hostage. That you will no longer settle for anything less than your full potential. This is your wake-up call. No more waiting. No more excuses. No more stories. Because if you're not willing to fight for your future, who will? If you don't take action now, when will you? The time is now. The choice is yours. So what's it going to be? Who are you? Not your name, not your job title. Who are you at your core? Because your identity is shaping your future right now. Not your circumstances, not your skills, not your background, your identity. The way you see yourself determines the choices you make, the standards you set, the life you build. And if you don't consciously define who you are, the world will do it for you. And guess what? The world doesn't care about your dreams. So what do you believe about yourself? Are you a leader, a warrior, a champion? Or are you someone who plays small, waits for approval, hesitates when it's time to step up? Because life will test you. It will throw obstacles in your path. And in those moments, your identity will dictate whether you rise or retreat. The ones who win, the ones who break through, are not the ones with the most talent. They are the ones who refuse to see themselves as anything less than unstoppable. Look at the most successful people on the planet. They weren't handed their greatness. They built it from the inside out. They decided who they were long before the world recognized them. Muhammad Ali didn't wait for the world to call him the greatest. He declared it before he had a single title. He told himself over and over, "I am the greatest," until it became reality. That's the power of identity. It's not about faking confidence. It's about conditioning yourself to own your power before the world even sees it. But most people never claim that power. They let fear shape them. They let failure define them. They take one loss, one rejection, one setback, and instead of saying, "This is part of the process," they say, "Maybe I'm not good enough." And just like that, their identity shifts. Not because they aren't capable, but because they accepted a false belief about themselves. And that belief starts running the show. Change your identity, and you change your destiny. Right now, not tomorrow, not when things get easier. Now, decide that you are someone who follows through, someone who demands more from themselves, someone who doesn't stop when it gets hard. You don't need permission, you don't need validation, you need commitment. Because when you fully commit to a new standard, everything shifts. Your mind, your body, your habits, they start aligning with your decision. No more waiting, no more second guessing. It's time to decide who you are. Because once you do, the world has no choice but to step aside. Thinking won't change your life. Reading won't change your life. Learning won't change your life. Only action does. Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. The difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck isn't intelligence, luck, or talent. It's action. The ones who win are the ones who move before they feel ready. They don't wait for perfect conditions. They don't analyze every detail. They jump, adjust on the way down, and figure it out. Look around. How many people do you know who talk a big game but never follow through? They say they want success, but they hesitate. They plan, they research, they dream, but when it's time to act, they freeze. And every time they hesitate, every time they wait, they lose momentum. They let fear control them. And here's the truth. If you don't take control of your mind, if you don't train yourself to act despite uncertainty, you will never break through. Winners don't wait. Winners don't wait. They fail fast, learn fast, and adapt even faster. They understand that failure isn't the enemy. Inaction is. Every successful person has failed more times than most people have even tried. They take the hit, they course correct, and they keep moving. Because they know standing still is not an option. You're either growing, pushing, expanding, or you're shrinking, retreating, falling behind. So what's the move you've been avoiding? The decision you know you need to make? The risk you've been too afraid to take? Stop thinking. Stop debating. Do it now. Because every second you delay, someone else is taking action. Someone else is getting stronger, learning, building, while you wait for the right moment. And let me tell you, it will never come. The perfect time doesn't exist. The only time is now. Massive action wins, every time. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to happen. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. Because once you move, momentum kicks in. And when you build momentum, nothing can stop you. But you have to start. Not tomorrow, not later. Right now. Because the only way to change your life is to move. Success isn't given. It's earned. Not by the most talented, not by the luckiest, but by the ones who refuse to back down. The ones who show up when it's hard, when they're tired, when every excuse is begging them to quit. That's the price of greatness, and most people aren't willing to pay it. Everybody wants success until they see what it actually takes. They want the results, but they don't want the discipline. They want the rewards, but they don't want the sacrifice. They want to try instead of committing. And that's why they fail. Winners don't dabble. They don't test the waters. They go all in. They burn the boats. They take quitting off the table. Because when you commit at that level, failure is not an option. You either find a way or you make one. Look at the people who dominate their fields. They weren't the most gifted. They were the most relentless. Michael Jordan wasn't born a champion. He was cut from his high school team. Did he quit? No. He doubled down. He outworked everyone. He took the pain and turned it into fuel. That's commitment. That's the difference between winners and everyone else. Most people convince themselves they're committed when they're really just interested. When it's convenient, they put in the effort. But when it gets tough, they hesitate. They justify taking their foot off the gas. And then they wonder why they're stuck. Real commitment means doing the work even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it. Because that's when it counts the most. Right now, you have a choice. Step up or step back. Commit or quit. There is no in between. And if you're not willing to commit, be honest with yourself, because hesitation is just a slow way of quitting. If you're serious about your future, draw the line. Decide that from this moment forward, you will not stop. You will not stop. You will not negotiate with your excuses. You will not accept anything less than your full potential. The people who win in life aren't the ones who start and stop. They're the ones who refuse to stop. They push through every challenge, every setback, every doubt. They show up day after day because they understand the truth. Success isn't about what you do once in a while. It's about what you do consistently. And if you stay consistent, if you refuse to quit, if you keep showing up, there is no limit to what you can achieve. So what's it gonna be? Are you all in or are you out? Because success doesn't wait. It doesn't care about excuses. It rewards the ones who commit. Right now in this moment, you decide who you are. Step up, do the work. Commit like your life depends on it, because it does.